Welcome, listeners. The KCIW 100.7. This is a LP station here of Curry Coast Community Radio. I am Amanda. I am one of the yoga teachers here in the Brookings area. And as some of you want to find me, that's where you can find me, is teaching yoga at the Reps Gym and or the Chetco Activity Center or out in a garden somewhere. And since I mentioned garden, on this episode, we actually have one of the most fantastically fun women I've ever met, and I say that sincerely. Joanne is one of the she's a Brookings resident. She's here in the station with me today at KCIW. Joanne is a co-chairperson for the Brookings Harbor Garden Club. And I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here too.
Yeah.
Yes, I am actually a member of the Brookings Harbor Garden Club. I have two different chairs that I am co-chairing with. One of them is the Botanical Garden. So I am the co-chair in for the Botanical Garden. And I'm also a co-chairperson for membership.
For membership for the Botanical Garden Club?
For the Brookings Harbor Garden Club.
The Brookings Harbor Garden Club, which includes being part of the Botanical Garden?
Well, the Botanical Garden is part of the club.
Oh.
Even though it's this incredible gem of a garden that's sitting there at Highway 101 and North Chetco River Road, if I have that correct, because I know it as Constitution Way.
Okay.
That's just one small aspect of the club. The club has been around since 1991. Our mission statement is to beautify the community, so you will find us even up at Azalea Park.
Oh.
We garden usually once a month up there on Thursdays, as well as down at the Botanical Garden. We do that on Tuesday mornings, and now since the days are shorter, we're starting at 10 a.m. and going till 11:30.
Okay.
So if you want to find us, you can find us at the garden, unless it's really raining, then we cancel.
10 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Yes.
Between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Well, till 11:30.
11:30.
Yes. Sometimes it's hard to drag the people out of the garden if it's a beautiful day.
I can imagine. I think I've seen them out there till like noon or 1 before.
Yes, and that has happened quite often. It's really beautiful, and everyone should come at least walk through just to see the hundreds of plants. We have a native area that's quite large, and we also have international plants, which means plants that grow from around the world that are suited to this environment. So if someone is curious about what they are wanting to put into their own gardens, they can come down and learn from us by just taking us a self-guided tour and seeing what's there, because it will inspire them. They'll see all these plants and they'll go, I didn't know that could grow there, or, oh my gosh, I can grow that. One of the wonderful things is it shows people what the deer won't eat. And that is one of the major problems in Brookings and in Harbor, that the deer want to just chow down on all of our beautiful plants.
Yes.
So this gives us hope,
Yeah.
in a strange way.
A whole bunch of hope and a delicate educational presentation of what how they can beautify their own homes and areas.
Correct. We also have monthly meetings as well. That's another aspect of the club. We are meeting approximately every third month, and we give a presentation with guest speakers, exciting guest speakers, usually at the Chetco Library.
Oh.
And we have a lovely lady who owns the Stillwater Native Plants Nursery up in Bandon. And she's going to be one of our guest speakers. And hopefully we'll have her coming back again. She is discussing how to grow pollinator plants, which is very important to us all. These pollinator plants attract the native insects, native bees into our gardens. And without them, what I call the chain of life will be broken. If we don't have these native insects, a lot of our pollination of our fruit trees and our veggies won't happen. There are non-natives that will pollinate, but with the help of the natives, we get more. We get more pollination. So more fruit, more flowers, more veggies.
More life and more quality, and the pollinators are kind of the peaceful support structure to the whole blossoming and how to continue this part for me.
It's part of the chain of life, basically.
Chain of life,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
And unfortunately for the pollinators, the native insects, they're kind of getting destroyed by we destroy their environments. We make it too inhospitable for them to exist for many reasons, and that's one of the reasons we want to bring educated experts to our garden clubs so that we can share the knowledge and say, please, if you can, grow these types of plants. Please, if you can, try not to use pesticides. Please try to grow as much as possible everything organically. This is a movement. We also get into other things, just wonderful things about different types of plants, how to build healthy soils. We are everything horticultural. So this is kind of who we are. We're kind of like a big, like-minded family that wants to just share our knowledge and share the beauty that we can create through plants.
Like an ecoverse.
Sure.
Yeah. How beautiful. So this woman, one of the speakers that comes to the garden club.
Her name is Darcy Grehak. I'm not sure how to spell it. No, I don't know if I put it down in here.
Well, she's at Stillwaters.
Yes.
In Bandon.
Yeah, here we go. Let me calm down a minute. It's Darcy Grehek, and it's Grahek, and she is the owner of Stillwater Natives Nursery up in Bandon. And a lot of the people I've talked to know her already. She's a really renowned expert in her field, and the master gardeners love her, and so it gives them an opportunity to see her locally. So we're really looking forward to this experience.
Good. Anytime she comes to town.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully she can continue to come back.
Good. And this brings up how I was able to link with the garden club. I've been curious. I've been thoughtful. I've been persistent in asking, the different garden centers, how do I get in touch with the garden club? And it just never came about till somehow Dave, I don't know his last name.
Colin, yes,
okay.
The bee expert.
The bee expert. He was talking about pollination. And I was invited to a talk at the Botanical Garden to show up there because they were setting in a new pollinator post.
Yes, our bee log.
Yeah.
You can come to the garden and see our bee log, which is actually a very large piece of driftwood. It still looks like a log. It just stands, three or four, well, maybe about 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. And Dave, our bee expert, has drilled holes into the log that are the right diameter for different native bees and wasps to be able to crawl into these holes
respectively
and create their next generations.
Oh,
so this is exciting for us. We love seeing this log in the midst of our new garden we're going to create. If you come now, you'll see this log amongst a very stripped out area. We're going to create a pollinator garden. This is upcoming for this coming year of 2024. And we're looking forward to hopefully getting plants actually from Darcy, because she is a major supplier for us for the native plants.
And for the pollinators, being the bees, to go to these pollinator plants, correct?
Yes. We're making it real easy for them.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's really exciting for the whole community and for the future existence of all of these happening in the horticulture world. Where and how did you get involved? You are a Brookings resident. How did you become involved with the garden center?
Well, it's kind of right up my alley. I have been past president of different garden clubs, a member of different garden clubs throughout the decades of my life. I have enjoyed the experience tremendously. And when I did finally find the club, which was difficult initially, I got very excited.
Glad it wasn't just me.
No, a lot of people have a hard time. Yeah. We are trying to change that. We're going to set up a website. So we do have a Facebook page, just so that you know. Do? Yes.
Okay, and that Facebook page is?
I was told by the person who has designed the Facebook page that you just need to look up
Brookings Harbor Garden Club.
And somehow it magically appears on Facebook. I have no idea of the workings of that because I don't go on Facebook.
Is there an email?
Yes, I am going to gift you with my own email. If anyone is actually interested in finding out about the club, becoming a member.
Yes. Yes, they are. We are. Yes.
Okay. It's Plants by Krantz at joannekrantz.com. And I should spell it.
Yep. Plants by Plants.
No, Plants by Krantz, which is my last name.
Plants by Krantz, as in.
At joannekrantz.com. So it's Plants, which is Plants, by, B-Y, and no spaces, Krant, as in Tom, Z as in zebra, at symbol. Then it kind of repeats, joannekrantz.com, which is JOANNEKRANTZ.com, C-O-M.
Okay, that's important. That's a lot of, that is the best email for people to become members.
Yes.
To get information.
Since I'm membership chair, it's kind of logical.
Oh, good. Yes.
But I will also share as much as the people wish to know about the club, because I love to have new faces, new bodies, new
all
people.
Ages?
All ages.
There's no age limit?
Well, no, they can, if someone is unable to garden, there are so many other aspects to the club, they don't have to garden.
Okay.
If they desire to garden, then we open our arms to them to come to the Botanical Garden, to come to Azalea Park on those work days that we've created. And all that will really come clear once they know more about the club. They'll see the scheduling. The Facebook page pretty much spells it out. We also have a brochure that's lovely that has all the information in it. And I actually have it in a digital form. So if somebody just wants to get that in their hands, they contact me and I can send them a copy of the brochure.
Perfect. Good. And with all this super exciting gardening energy and activity that is so vital, and it's kind of like the birthing and the quality that is just the chain, I heard you say the chain of life. That's just this everlasting flow of youthfulness and knowledge that comes in and out of the garden all the time for people to come and experience. And it's such a pleasure to have people in our community that do this work and that have a space for them to go to improve their quality.
Well, they can definitely find a place to breathe. If you're a local resident and you have a hectic job and you can get out for lunch, you can even just come to the garden with maybe a sack lunch and sit down on one of our many benches and just enjoy the environment and breathe and relax and go back to work refreshed. It can be used in that way itself. It's just a beautiful place to be.
That is such a good idea, especially for all of us who stare at four walls
Yes.
Just get in your car. You don't even have to walk there. Just get in your car. It's a small town. Drive to the botanical gardens. Breathe. Eat your lunch, and you have plenty of time to return to work. That's so nice.
Yes, it's very nicely located. And we even have our own parking lot. What could be better?
Right. And with it being adjacent to the Azalea Garden, you mentioned that the Brookings Harbor Garden Club does also do work in the Azalea Garden.
Yes, we have an MOU.
MOU is?
Memorandum of Understanding with the city of Brookings, and we have agreed to work to beautify the front part of Azalea Park. We're not out there with lawnmowers, right? But there's a whole decorative section of plantings in the front part of Azalea Park, and we get in there and pull weeds and keep the blueberries, the blackberries at bay, and put more colorful plants in there. We keep it updated and looking very pleasant, very nice, very attractive.
Yes. And so Elmo Williams, what is the connection with there's a bus right there, right?
Well, he created the Capella.
Right.
As far as the Azalea Park itself, I'm not knowledgeable enough to give you that information.
Okay. I'm just thinking and visualizing the park and those beautiful flowers and how that entranceway kind of leads on that walkway, and there's that metal statue of him.
Yes, that's very stunning in that whole area.
Yeah,
but he created the Capella, which is another beautiful building down further within Azalea Park. That was a dedication to his wife, right, if I remember correctly.
I was wondering if there was any connection with the garden center and him, or just happens to be where the plants are.
Not that I know of. I'm still a newbie. This is my first year with the club, and I'll tell you, we have approximately 55 plus members, going up rapidly. And a lot of them have been with the club for decades, and they can tell you so much history. It just boggles your mind. It's beautiful, and I'm hoping that one day we can get someone who will want to be a historian for us, because the members throughout the years have recorded with videotapes, with photographs, written documents about the club. So if you want to know more about the club, I will connect you with the right members, and you can find out all sorts of wonderful history. It's inspiring. It's one of the most dimensional clubs I've ever been a part of, and I'm really honored to be a member. And I try my best.
Stunning, absolutely vibrantly.
To do as many projects as I can for the club while I'm in these chair positions.
Okay, well, tell us about some of the projects.
Ooh. Well, there's simple things like with Dave Colin coming in and enlivening us, giving us knowledge on the pollinator situation. We're doing a whole recreation of this one. Well, it's now 2 beds. We're going to unite them into the one large pollinator garden. And that's going to be a huge undertaking, because he's stripping out some weeds that are very invasive. So he's taking his time getting every single root out.
Oh.
And we are going to be bringing in some really lovely angular rocks, because we're all going to learn how to do dry stack rocks in terms of building a fence. I didn't verbalize that very well, but that's looming. And then we're going to put the proper soil in for these pollinators, and then going to be doing a lot of planting. And the planting for the entire garden is going to start once we get regular rain. So that's a major event, at least for myself, being in the position that I'm in, as well as the members that are considered the worker bees, the active worker bees within the garden.
Yes.
Because we're all going to get excited about all these plants that we've raised from seed that are pollinator plants. So, and hopefully Darcy will guide us through a lot of that as well with her knowledge. So I'm hoping to learn a lot from her. This is new for me. I have been a garden designer, maintenance person for 35 plus years. That's another reason I fell in love with the club and wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to give back a lot of the knowledge that I have gathered over the years. And I am an artist, so I like to paint what I consider painting in 3D with plants. So for me, it was all about beauty, creating beauty. And the beauty is already there at the garden. I consider that a gem. I just want to enhance it. So as I go through my days, I get inspired. We're getting some new arbors put in. I'm looking at putting some more signage into the garden. Not just a common sign, but, perhaps find some woodworkers who want to create some really beautiful signs. And then we can, being an educational club, I want to be able to have signs up showing people what's happening in the garden, events coming up. We're redoing our labels in the garden so that people can walk around and know what plants they're looking at, and they can take the information home and look up the plants online and get further educated. We've just recently started a compost bin. I would call it a complex because it's large. It's got 4 bins, and we're going to add some more. We didn't want to just haul off the debris to go into the dump. We want to compost it. We want to create soil that we can put back into the garden.
Good.
So I personally want to educate people, so I'm always on the search for any experts that can do guest lectures for us. Many things, even down to crafts. We're looking at creating holiday decorations. So, again, I don't want to overspeak because I have to be a part of this large group of wonderful people.
Right.
And so everything is cleared through the club. We work as a group. I just share all my inspiration and excitement.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at. And again, I've only been with the club a year, so I'm still learning the ropes. I'm still understanding. We are a 501-c3 nonprofit, so we have to follow all the guidelines, the bylaws.
Right.
And so I'm still a newbie. I'm still learning.
However, you do have 35 years of solid plant horticultural experience and education.
Yes.
To gift to this new position that you're in.
Yes. Hopefully a lot more to come.
Woohoo! Yeah. The community, you mentioned that the garden will be getting new signs and things, and will there be a community board possibly?
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. Such as like
something?
at Harris Beach, they had these big signs
Yeah.
where it talks about the guidelines, do's and don'ts. Well, I need to have all that so everybody understands what can and cannot happen in the garden. But I also wish to put up information about each class that we may hold there, how to do composting since we have the compost bins there. So I want to give a lot of
beneficial tips and education and upcoming events and things for passerbyers, people who are just driving through town, who would have never any other way found information unless they stopped to walk the dog there.
Yes.
Seen it on the board.
True, it is true.
Yeah, and then they want to come back next month because there's a guest speaker. Yeah, that's really, really good. We're so excited to have all this happening in our community. And at the library is where you said...
Most of our meetings happen for the lectures, the presentations, workshops. We actually did a hands-on propagation class, which I led because I'm an avid propagator. I have to make what I call plant babies.
Yeah.
And it gets a little bit full around my own house. So this way I can take my desire to make plant babies and
very creative.
Gift them to the other members, as well as to sell these plant babies when they get big enough. One of our main fundraisers for the club is doing plant sales, and we just passed a plant sale. Normally we have 2 big plant sales a year, and it's not actually a sale, it's by donation. You come, you find the plants that you desire, and then we suggest that you donate to us, and it's worked out really well.
Oh, good. And it funds and fuels the entire project of all these delicious things that's being happening in the
Yes, it
Brookings
does.
Harbor Garden
It
Club.
does, yes.
It's so important, like all the different tools that come through that are needed to maintain and keep it thriving.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yes, there are many projects that are looming. We are on this one corner. It's the old way station. So there's this building that's what they call the station house or the way station.
Is that what
And
it was?
Yes.
Huh.
Trucks used to drive through there.
Oh my gosh.
It was not very visually appealing. And so there were a group of members that got together. This is when the club first started. And they said, let's plant some flowers. So they tried to figure out who to talk to and work with the city and the state to get the permits, to get the funding, to get going. And again, I'm not expert at this. I'm trying to memorize all this at this point so I can share things properly. But I could see what was happening back in the members, I think, got together in 75. The club started in 91. And these members just had so much oomph, chutzpah, and they just kept moving forward, creating little triangles and new beds and expanding. And the city and the state kept saying yes, yes, yes.
Oh.
So it turned from this old way station that got closed down to this beautiful garden. It's gone through many different sizes and shapes, and we keep progressing forward. And right now we're working towards getting funding just to keep everything upgraded. Like the way station needs a new roof, and there's a lot of wood rot. You can stick your finger through it.
Oh.
And we're hoping to get the right people in there to refurbish the building. So that's where we put all of our tools and our fertilizers and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Keep it operating and flourishing and bringing in new members. And all the fun things. And so in case somebody is just tuning in, as we get to the near of the Quality Living Show, tell us again if you could say and spell out the email, and if there is any phone numbers. If not, just do the email. Okay.
For those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Joanne Krantz, and I am part of the Brookings Harbor Garden Club. And if you wish to know more about this wonderful, glorious garden club, you need to contact me at, this is an email, so it's plantsbykrantz@joannekrantz.com, and I'll spell that out. PLANTSBYKRANTZ @ which is the symbol at JOANNEKRANTZ.com. Or if you don't wish to email me directly, you could look us up on Facebook. Because hopefully all the information is there in living color and text. But I'm giving you as many options as we have right now. We are looking forward to setting up a website, which is the process has started, and we'll be up and running 2024.
Perfect. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Brookings Harbor Garden Club. Thank you, KCIW.